Hi, I'm Dr. Toya, board certified OBGYN, also 25 weeks pregnant and a travel lover. And I wanted to talk about travel during pregnancy since, I've been traveling for my entire pregnancy and it's a common question that we usually get in the office. Is it safe to travel? Now, it depends on the trimester, so I'm actually going to break it down by trimester and do different videos for each one. So make sure you like and follow so you catch each one. So, in general, travel is safe up until a point, but there are certain things that we really want you to consider when you're planning your travel and just to make it as safe as possible for you and baby. So I'm going to say trigger warning for this part because I am going to be talking about miscarriage. So travel in the first trimester is generally safe because, there's not really a whole lot that we can do if anything does happen. So the biggest concern is miscarriage, right? If you have a miscarriage, you just want to be aware that it is something that is pretty common, unfortunately, before 10 weeks. About 25% of pregnancies end in miscarriage. So if you're going somewhere, you may have to deal with that, making sure you have the resources and it's somewhere that's safe if it does happen, knock on wood. The other thing to consider is that things like Zika, I know we don't talk about it much anymore, but things like that are endemic to certain areas can put your pregnancy at increased risk. And even though the risk of you getting infected is higher later on in the pregnancy, if it does happen early in the pregnancy, it can be more catastrophic. So usually in the first trimester, we talk about things being all or nothing, right? So it's either nothing happens or it's terrible if it does happen. So if you get exposed to something like Zika or anything like that, then it may be pretty significant if it happens in the first trimester. So making sure you talk to your doctor about what risks are there to the place that you are going, making sure you check the CDC website to see if there are any alerts for pregnant women. Those things will be the most important. And then making sure that you feel well because you have nausea and the fatigue and all that comes with the first trimester. So it may not really be the best time to travel. People end up traveling because they don't know, but planning in the first trimester may be limited just because you don't feel well. So stay tuned for part 2 where we'll talk about travel in the second trimester.